now, ang version ni Marcos Jr. is a weakling, madaling pabagsakin. So am I saying after they are done with Sara Duterte, both the communists, the Dilaw, and the group of politicians na kalyado nila, even the Jesuits groups, ay pababagsakin din nila si Marcos Jr. most likely. They will take out Sara Duterte because he is the obstacle into the complete takeover of the government for the CPP, NPA, NDF, and for the Jesuits groups, yung mga pakialamerong mga simbahan na ito, mahihirapan sila kapag Duterte ang nakaupo na uri ng liderato. That's why they take out the Duterte first and then the Marcos later. Because this version of Marcos, part 2, kung si Ambassador Bobby Tiglao pa, Marcos 2.0 ito, ay isang mahina at isang gobyerno na madaling sipain nila sapagkat ito ay nahihiwalay na sa taong bayan. So kung nahihiwalay sa taong bayan, kurakot, walang patutunguhan ng gobyerno, alam din ito ng grupo ng mga Jesuits, ng mga Lasallian Brothers, ng UP College of Law. Bakit pa rin si Sara Duterte ang target? Because Sara Duterte is a threat to this kind of groups na gusto po na mahina ang gobyerno at kailangan ang gobyerno sunod-sunuran sa kanila, madidiktahan nila. That is the danger of a Sara Duterte leadership kapag siya ang naging pangulo ng bansa. The Duterte brand of leadership, Ma'am Lorraine, ayaw ko pa at first tanggapin eh. Pero tinatanggap ko na ngayon sa araw na ito that there is a counter ideology now known as Dutertismo. And it's not a cult. It's an ideology of strong governance. And I call it Dutertismo. Sara Duterte is a Dutertismo ideology which is good governance on the foundation of strong rule of law, decisive political leadership, and non-compromising pagdating sa korupsyon at terorismo. Kaya takot dyan pati mga Jesuits, hindi lang mga komunista.
So, Eric, meaning to say, no, let's just go back to I just keep talking about the Jesuits, but I mean also the others, no, yung mga dilaw na fiercely anti-Marcos for decades, Krappler, etc., di ba? Mainstream media, no? So, in other words, no, but let's just concentrate on the Jesuits for argument's sake para maliwanag yung sinasabi ko. In other words, they no longer hear what the people are saying because the people love Rodrigo Roa Duterte and his Dutertismo, that brand of leadership, because they experienced that their lives became better under PRRD, diba? So my belief is that if that power, no, that power really comes from the people, and your relevance as leaders, no, whether religious or political leaders, will come from the people, that you listen to them, that you hear what they're saying. And if you no longer are listening to them, then you've become irrelevant and they will leave you. Itatalikuran kanila and your institution will die. It will become calcified because it is the people that gives vibrancy and life to your organization and relevance, no? So these organizations like the Catholic Church, no, hindi na nakikinig sa sinasabi ng tao, at on top of that, nang iinsulto pa, 'di ba? Bobo, mga Dutertards, etc., 'di ba? So yun yung nakikita ko dito na yung hindi na sila nakikinig sa tao, that they're out of touch with the very people that they're supposed to be serving because they are a religious organization, 'di ba?
Correct.
They become and calcified.
Yeah, I agree, Ma'am Lorraine. Tama yung observation ninyo na hindi nila nararamdaman ang mga grupong ito na nagogoyo, naloloko, at nalure, no, nahihilat ng CPP, NPA, NDF sa kalokohan nilang atakihin ang Dutertismo as a brand of political ideology. Tayo ang magbibinyag yan, ma'am, no? Hindi ko po ikinahihiya na there is now an undeniable emerging of political ideology in terms of what good governance should be, what a strong political leadership should be, what should be the standard for fighting terrorism, corruption, and criminality. And I call it Dutertismo. It's not just because of Rodrigo Duterte, but it's a brand of leadership na nagsimula sa kanya, yung brand na yan. Yan ang kinatatakutan ng mga grupong ito. Sapagkat madudurog sila, mahihirapan silang i-manipulate ang government kapag ang brand of leadership ay Dutertismo ang political ideology.
Alam mo,
Ma'am.
Eric, kilala ko kasi itong mga taong ito. They're elitists, no? And a
Mhm.
person like Rodrigo Roa Duterte who curses and who's hindi elitista si PRRD eh. It
Hindi.
offends them. It offends them, no? His jokes, his sensibility, his manner, no? That the very same traits that mahal ng Pilipino si PRRD sa mga elitistang ito. Kasi mga paring yan, no? Not
Mhm.
all of them, but the ones who yung nag-isa statement ng ganyan, they live very comfortable lives, Eric, no? Parang si Soc
Tama.
Villegas, may taga-bukas ng pintuan yan, may taga-on ng
Mhm.
aircon yan, no? So, they're very out of touch with the people that they're supposed to be serving. And that to me, no, my experience, my personal life, my short stint in government to this day is the lesson. Makinig kayo sa tao. Makinig kayo
Mhm.
sa tao parate. The people will show you. Sila ang mag-guide sa inyo kung saan kayo dapat pumunta. Pag leader ka, ito yung kailangan namin. No, hindi namin kailangan na mag-photo op ka or kakaway-kaway ka dyan or maroon kang bagong jingle. Kailangan namin mag-serve ka. Kailangan
Mhm.
magsilbi ka ng maayos. Hindi nila kailangan yung bababa si Bongbong Marcos, halata naman bayad yung mga tao doon na matatandang babae na parang in love sa kanya. Hindi yun ang
Mhm.
kailangan. Ang kailangan nila yung nagsisilbi sa kanila. No, so,
Yeah.
out of touch. So, as a leader, they're the ones that will guide you, the people, if you respect them and you listen to them and take them very seriously.
Agree. Ma'am Lorraine, napakadelikado po ang kalagayang ito, ah, na hindi natin ma-expose ito. Nag-aalangan ang big corporate media, yung mainstream media, mag-expose nito because they are afraid to offend the Roman Catholic Church. They're afraid to offend the Jesuits community, the Ateneo group, the Lasallians, the UP. Tayo hindi. Kung anong totoo, yun ang sasabihin natin. There is no doubt that the hand of the communist urban operatives of the communist terrorist group CPP, NPA, NDF, the pattern, the modus operandi, the method, the style, the diskarte, all too very familiar and similar to what they did in the ERAP Resign movement campaign upang dumugin at pabagsakin si ERAP. At remember, Ma'am Lorraine, the same pattern na gagawin nila. Naging kaalyado nila si Gloria Macapagal Arroyo during that time na pinapabagsak si ERAP Estrada. Pero na nakaupo na si Gloria at hindi nila nakuha ang mga malalaking konsesyon for a shared power in government, pinabagsak or pababagsakin din nila si Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Would that happen the same kay Marcos Jr.? Yes, Ma'am Lorraine. It will happen to them, nila ni Martin Romualdez. So sa tanong mo, why are they silent about the mangled, yung kinatay na budget ng 2025 na puno ng pangungurakot? Yung pangungurakot sa ayuda ni Martin Romualdez na kinakonsente ni Marcos. Yung
Eric, muna.
yeah, go ahead.
Ganda kasi ng tanong mo.
Mm,
Idiretso natin.
mm,
Jesuits, Society of Jesus, why were you deafeningly silent about the mangled and high corrupt
mm.
budget of Bongbong Marcos while you're making noise now about the 125 million confidential fund of the Vice President? Ang ganda nung tanong ni Eric. Spot on.
Tumpak,
Sumagot kayo. Father
tumpak,
Ted,
Ma'am Lorraine.
sumagot ka. Kaibigan kita, sumagot ka. Okay?
Tumpak, Ma'am Lorraine. Ito din, itong madre na pinaglumaan na komunista pa rin ang mindset, itong Sister Mary Jan Manansan. Why are you silent? When Marcos made a zero budget for PhilHealth, sinakmal pa nila ang 60 billion na pundo ng PhilHealth, pinapabalik ng Korte Suprema, baliwala lang sa kanila. Why are you silent, Sister Meridian Manansan? And why are you comparing Sara Duterte's so-called mga pagkakamali o kanyang mga errors of leadership niya, hindi siyang presidente? In fact, you are creating a monster that is not there because the monster is in fact in Malacanang. Marcos, ma'am, ang sagot ko diyan, mahihirapan kasi sila. Ang Dilawan, Pinklawan Sombi, Atenista, Lasalian, mga elites, kasama itong mga komunista kapag Dutertismo brand of political leadership ang nakaupo, hindi nila kayang guyuhin, brasuhin, diktahan, o kaya takot-takutin. Pero ang kasunod ba sa pagpapatalsik kay Sara Duterte ay pagpapatalsik din kay Marcos at Romualdez? Definitely. They will do that. Definitely. Bakit inuna si Sara Duterte? Sapagkat siya po ang pinaka-obstacle na ma-restore ng CPP, NPA, NDF ang kanilang recovery. At the same time, ang mga dilawan, mga hilaw na komunistang Hontiveros group, at itong mga elite group na naghari-arian sa ating lipunan ay madali na nilang sisipain si Marcos at Romualdez sapagkat ang mga ito ay isolated, mabaho na sa taong bayan, kaya isusunod na nila ang Marcos Romualdez. Pero bakit kailangan tanggalin si Sara Duterte? Sapagkat kung unahin nila si Marcos at Romualdez, ang uupo na presidente si Sara Duterte. Ayaw nga nila ng Dutertismo, brand of good governance and political leadership. Kaya uunahin muna nila si Sara Duterte. Then pag nawala na ang mga Duterte, saka na nila papabagsakin si Marcos at Romualdez. At yan na po sila na maghahari. Pero magpapatayan din sila sapagkat hindi rin papayag ang CPP, NPA, NDF na hindi sila makaposisyon. So ang dilawan at mga elitistang grupo hindi rin papayag na hindi sila magposisyon. May tao din silang ilalagay. So nakikita na dapat ng taong bayan na ito po ay laro ng mga elitista, oligarko, gamit ang media nila, gamit ang mga politiko, at ganoon din po ang simbahan na pakialamero at itong grupo ng CPP, NPA, NDF sapagkat they are all afraid and threatened to have a strong Duterte type of government na kakayanin at bibit-bitin ni Sara Duterte. Kaya siya tinitake out. Kaya ang tanong, si Sara Duterte ba ang nangurakot sa budget, sa PhilHealth, sa GAA 2025? At ito pa ma'am, silent din sila na hindi makita ang 1.3 trillion pesos flood control project ni Martin Romualdez at nila Bongbong Marcos. Walang nagtatanong, tayo lang. At ito ay hindi nila pinapansin dahil ito ay totoong nagaganap na ninanakaw ang pera ng bayan. Silent sila kung saan napunta ang 25 tons of gold worth almost 130 billion pesos na walang transparent report. Silent din sila kung saan na ang 500 billion pesos na Maharlika Diskarte Fund, Ma'am Lorraine. Ito ay nakakabingi, ito ay nakakabahala.
Ibig mo sabihin, Eric, no, lahat ng in-enlist mo na yan, yung 1.3 trillion, etc., all of that, no, kahit yung sa PhilHealth, ganon, I might have missed it eh. Walang sinabi mga Jesuits.
No, nothing.
Walang outcry, no. Ang UP College of Law wala din, ano. Itong mga very self-righteous now that they should, that Inday Sara should face impeachment, etc., etc., and then to be investigated for 125 million confidential funds, no, loose change in comparison to that 1.3 trillion and the trillions that this drug addict, no, has gotten from the Filipino people. They're deathly silent about it, no. So can you imagine? So my question to you, no, Eric, no, will this work? I mean, kasi nung panahon ni Erap, no, yung Erap resign, I had a baby then, my youngest daughter, no. Was this 2001? Was it 2000? 2001? Was it, Eric?
2000 nagsimula, ma'am. Tapos napatalsik siya 2000.
Yeah, I had just given birth. So from someone who was so unaware about the CPP, no, I was easy prey. Talagang kasama ako dyan, Erap resign movement. So para kang pinapasayaw ng CPP, no? Kung anong mababasa mo sa sumusunod ako, 'di ba? Ngayon, tapos nung kay Corona, ganun din sumusunod ako, no? Kasi dyan ang CPP, yung kay Gloria Arroyo, CPP. But now, what do you think? Kasi the phenomenon, the X factor is the Duterte factor, no? We've never had any leader as beloved as Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Therefore, no other leader is as powerful as he is now, no? So those are the X factors. Given all of this, what do you think? Will it succeed?
No. Matagal na yung 3 araw nilang June 11, June 12, June 13. And I do not believe, Ma'am Lorraine, that they can get more than 20,000, no? It will not happen. Malabo yan, Ma'am Lorraine. Sapagkat ang taong bayan ay naniniwala na ang mga Duterte ang nagre-represent sa tamang pamumuno, nagmamahal at mayroong seryosong pag-concern sa problema ng taong bayan, lalo na sa mahihirap na sektor ng mamamayan. So mahirap nila yan pababagsakin si Inday Sara Duterte. But it will create an international projection that she is corrupt. Kasi yun ang gusto nilang ma-achieve. If hindi mapapatalsik sa impeachment court si Sara Duterte, at least she will be destroyed to become politically paralyzed when 2028 comes, no? By way of propaganda attack. Yun ang minimum objective nila para hindi siya mananalo sa eleksyon. Pero nagkamali sila eh. Ang tanong mo, will they succeed? No, they cannot convict Sara Duterte. There cannot be a conviction by mob rule dahil lamang nagrarally si Renato Reyes, nagmamaktol si Meridian Manansan, at magmamarcha ang mga Lasallian Brothers, at magmamaktol ang mga pari ng Ateneo, ay pababagsakin na si Inday Sara Duterte. Hindi. Baka mangyari pa niyan, pag nagalit ang taong bayan, babatuhin sila ng kamatis ng taong bayan, baka magkagulo pa.
Ana,
At baka magkagulo pa yan dyan sa Pilipinas. Pangalawa, sa punto ma'am, bakit nila iginigiit ito, ang impeach and convict Sara Duterte? Sapagkat gusto nila talagang iwalok ang mawala na lang lubusan ang Dutertismo sa Pilipinas. Sapagkat yan ay, sabi mo nga, that is a political anomaly in the traditionally bulok na uri ng politika. Dumating ang isang Dutertismo. So sa isang bulok na sistema ng politikang hindi nakikinabang ang taong bayan, mga elitista at oligarko, at pinaglalaroan ng mga komunista at ng mga dilawan ang politika sa Pilipinas, ngayon nagkaroon ng Dutertismo. It's a phenomenon. It's a political anomaly out of the normal and traditional bulok ng politika na naghahari sa Pilipinas, ang pagkakaroon ng Dutertismo, kaya hindi nila matanggap ito. Pero ang nakakatanggap at yumayakap sa Dutertismo ay ang mayoriya ng mamamayang Pilipino. Now, if there is Marxismo, Leninismo, Maoismo, there is the Dutertismo. Ito ay brand of leadership. Dati ayaw ko pagtawagin na Dutertismo. Now I call it a political ideology of the modern political situation in the Philippines, dahil hindi yan para kay Digong ang Dutertismo. Dutertismo is real good governance. Dutertismo is strong political leadership, decisive political will. Dutertismo is strong rule of law. Dutertismo is fighting corruption, fighting criminality, and fighting terrorism. That's Dutertismo. And we are not ashamed to call our ideology is Dutertismo because it represents the long suffering of the people na nagbigay ng pag-asa na pwedeng maiyahon ang mamamayan at ang buong bayan through the kind of Dutertismo, meaning not just Duterte. It can be another leader later, but the Dutertismo will be political ideology of real good governance, Manuri.